Welcome to Center Ground, your home for unfiltered discussion, where we tackle today's most talked about topics, break down current events, and give our take on the internet's latest foolishness. Tune in and let's find some common ground. Let's get this party started. Welcome back to the Center Ground podcast. I am your host, Bootsy. We got another one for you. The last video I did kind of inspired me to do this one. It was about Miss Curry. And it saddens me to do this video because, I've always had high hopes for this woman, but I definitely have seen patterns over the years that that's not good. Just going to say it straight up. So let's get this one started.
So throughout my time on Earth, I've gotten to see some of the greatest athletes ever. And sometimes a single individual comes around and changes the game altogether. Someone comes in and dominates in such a way that has you contemplating self-deletion as you hear this against your team.
Curry, way downtown, bang! Bang!
Steph Curry, the greatest three-point shooter of all time. I hate to say it, but he, Kevin Durant, and the Golden State Warriors are the sole reason I checked out on the NBA back in around 2018. That is simply how dominant they were. And I don't know if it's just like a light skin thing, as if they are required to go through a humiliation ritual to obtain their powers. But I liken Steph to both Patrick Mahomes and Will Smith. We all know that years ago, Patrick's girlfriend...
Let's not call it a light skin thing. I know that's funny, but let's not call it that, because look at Zion Williamson and look at how dumb he's being, messing with P-stars and having babies by them, allegedly. That's just dumb.
At that time, Britney was embarrassing him with countless tweets, fan interactions, and videos featuring his work with countless tweets.
I don't know if that's a humiliation ritual. If he was with her for that long and she's doing stuff like this, if that's her, I know that's him. But if this is her and she's doing stuff like that back then, that just means that's in her.
Patrick's girlfriend,
look, she looked frustrated.
Britney was embarrassing him with countless tweets, fan interactions, and videos featuring his worthless brother Jackson.
All those people that doubted us and hated on us and thought we were going to lose this game, yes, I did!
Now, to be completely fair to her, I feel like she has calmed down with most of that and really distanced herself from the sideshow brother. And as for my guy Will, y'all know his legacy was tarnished because his wife...
Oh Lord, man, that not Will. Like, he's had enough. Like, he ain't having a good year, boy. I tell you, a good couple of years. Let me just listen to this, because I know we could talk about his wife all day.
Loves to emasculate him every chance she gets.
Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
Oh man, this was bad.
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me
Oh my goodness.
if you could film me.
Astaire, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
And we have...
The sad truth is she just never respected the guy. And this is why y'all got to be very, 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 very careful who you marry. I mean, I feel like Jada always exhibited that type of behavior, so it's not surprising that she acts the way she acts. Ayesha Curry's slightly different. I don't know their personal relationship, but she came off as nice in the beginning. I just noticed she would take subtle digs at him. And I'm like, am I bugging? I would catch it and I'm like, nah, something ain't sitting well with me. But I know she's been doing it a lot more lately. So let's see this video.
Also talked in the past how Steph's wife Ayesha is yet another one of these women who does this exact same thing. I think the downfall really began the night of June 16th, 2016, when LeBron would score 41 points, evening up the NBA Finals at 3 games apiece, before eventually coming back in historic fashion from being down 3-1 to Steph Curry and the Warriors. Following that night, Ayesha would tweet that the NBA was rigged and that she had just witnessed it with her own 2 eyes.
Just so I can read it for you, I've lost all respect. Sorry. This is absolutely rigged for money or ratings. Or ratings in, not sure which. I won't be silent. Just saw it live. Sorry. Now, honestly, I remember when she wrote this, I wasn't too upset at her for this because it shows that she cared about the game and cared about her husband. And I noticed some of those calls was a little bit iffy. I ain't gonna hold you. So I understood why she wrote this. But I know when she wrote it, I was like, yeah, she probably shouldn't have wrote that. It's not gonna help. That's all I thought, but this isn't too bad.
To me, this was the first sign that she was beyond willing to speak her mind, no matter what the cost and how it could affect her husband and his career. Keep in mind, Steph has always kept his head down and his nose clean. I'm talking about absolutely no scandals on or off the court, while also pocketing a cool $1 billion along the...
Man, that dance should have been a scandal. What was that? Hold on, let me rewind that. What was that?
Keep in mind,
that was a smooth jumper, though.
Down and his nose clean. Look at I'm talking about absolutely no scandals on or off the court, while also pocketing a cool $1 billion along the...
Nah, he should have been arrested for that dance. Well, I swear.
way. And I
Steph is hilarious.
feel like when Steph was first going off, really making a name for himself, everyone loved his family, he was bringing out the baby to the press conference, the wife was doing the cooking show, but it was simply not enough for Ayesha, and over time it's really just gotten more and more embarrassing. First 6 years ago we had this clip from the Red Table Talk where relationships go to die. Ayesha went on there with the Sith
Man, listen, I don't care who you are. If your girl ever got an invitation to go to Red Table Talk, man, if she go, you gotta leave her. Like, for real, this lady just is a destroyer of relationships. I was gonna say a destroyer of worlds like she Galactus, but she the destroyer of relationships. Y'all ever listen to some of those episodes? It's like this, nothing productive came out of this conversation at this red table. Throw the whole damn table out.
Lord herself, and also Steph's mother of all people, and she had this to say about yearning for attention from
I'm gonna say this, and I found this very disturbing when it happened. She felt comfortable disrespecting the man in front of his mom, which says a lot about her for not checking her, which I find really, really odd. Like, I don't think like most mothers would have allowed that in real time right next to them.
other men. Because there are women out there constantly thirsting over her husband, and she wanted some of that same lust.
Something that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, yeah, like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
See, that's a weird thing for the mother to say, like, you don't even realize it. And then she didn't say it like, yeah, you're just not aware of it, because that's a normal way of saying it. She kind of said it like with excitement, like, oh no, you're getting it. You just don't even realize it. It's very strange to come from, that's your son's wife. Like, that's weird. But yeah, I never understood this mentality, because I think people like her are just liars. Like, she gets attention. She just doesn't get attention from the people she wants attention from, which I think I mentioned in my last video. She gets attention. She probably wants attention from people at her husband's level or better, and she's not getting that, so she claims she's not getting any attention. I guarantee you, if you look at the comments for the video, that when they posted it, there was comments like, oh, I would take her. There's always a simp, there's always a thirsty dude. It's like, come on now.
You're not looking. What? You're not even. But I'm gonna tell you something.
Now, her saying all that while Curry's mom is sitting right next to her is downright insane to me. She even tries to save her by saying, oh, you're not.
Yeah, like, that's mad disrespectful. Like, you, and what's crazy is that means you didn't have enough respect for that man or his mom, or you knew you could get away with saying that in front of her, because she might have at the time been saying the same things about his dad. There's always patterns there, and that was crazy. So it doesn't surprise me now that her and the dad is now divorced. It doesn't surprise me in the slightest, especially after seeing this.
Looking for that girl, what does it matter?
Something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not looking.
And keep in mind, they did get married fairly young, so maybe she did not get to experience all of the things that she wanted to, but saying that you crave the attention.
But even that mentality, she didn't get to experience all the things she wanted to. What was she trying to experience exactly? Other men? Like, that's wild. You get what I'm saying? There was a time when people really was with one person and they were fine. It's like now everybody just sits on the internet lusting after people who they don't even know, which is foolish. And then they wonder why their lives keep falling apart.
Of other men when you're already a mother and a wife for years at that point is strange, and something that she really should have kept to herself or talked about in private, and that is really going to be a running theme in this video. You know, it's not like it's wrong to have feelings because relationships are complicated and they go through various stages, but hey, here comes Jada to give her some advice.
Because I dealt with that for years too. Like, and I was young, like you.
Wait, before we even start, who in their right mind taking the relationship advice from Jada Pinkett Smith? Like, she has longevity, but she don't even look happy. Like, this woman barely ever looks happy, especially when Will's around. You ever notice that? She don't look happy most of the time. And y'all run to this woman to get relationship advice from her. This is a common trend in like the world right now, where a bunch of women get advice from older women who aren't happy, and these older women just throw poison at the younger woman and make them feel comfortable disrespecting their husbands, boyfriends, or even people they haven't gotten with. She did it, and I've heard this one speak, and I know that she gets it from her.
Yeah, like, oh my God, I mean, because I don't want it, but it'd be nice to know that like someone's looking.
That's because she wants it. Right? Like, listen, when I go outside, I can be very antisocial if I want to, but I can also talk to people if I want to. Most of the times I go outside, I don't want nobody bothering me. I don't want nobody talking to me, right? So when people don't talk to me, I don't get upset. I don't walk around, I wonder why people aren't talking to me. That's not a thing. You care about people not reaching out to you and trying to get you because that's what you want. She's lying.
But when your radar's turned off, right, that can get real dangerous. Don't ever think for 1 minute that it ain't some men out there looking at you like, I wish. Honestly. And I'm going to tell you who knows that more than anybody. Your husband.
You see how that made her feel good to say? And I know that's how she feel about her husband. And it's like, yeah, it shouldn't surprise any woman any woman that her husband knows that other men would want her. Dude, men will sleep with a sock. You get what I'm saying? That's not an accomplishment. Now, the question is, would other men want to keep you? That's a different story.
Yeah, so Curry's mom even tells her, like, this is a dangerous line to walk.
But when your radar's turned...
Now, the next instance of
At least she said that part, because we know she was kind of encouraging it at the beginning, but whatever.
embarrassment would occur on yet another daytime talk show, The Real. This clip does go viral time and time again because of what happens after they bring out this old up shirtless dude named Marcel.
Marcel? Marcel?
Now the hand
Just throwing this out there. This is just another visual aid of how so many women destroy the relationships of happy women. And I think they do it because a lot of them are bitter that they can't have what those other women have. So we know that they're not very confrontational in regards to physical violence all the time, unless they were born in the hood, like Starkeishas, you know what I'm saying? But this is how they ruin the relationship of other women. They put other images in front of them that shouldn't be there. This is a married woman with multiple children. Why are you bringing a Chippendales guy out in front of her? That seems like sabotage to me. And that, like, I swear, when you see people doing stuff like that, that's how you know that they're not your friends. Imagine if you're in a relationship and you got one of those boys that's kind of always out, always on the scene, always with women, and he always calling you like, yo, come out, come out, come out. And then he find out you get married. If that brother still does that, he doesn't respect you or your marriage. It's that simple. So the fact that so many women allow other women into their relationship and like influence them and try to promote debauchery and other stupid things is sad, but it's commonplace at this point.
gesture there is just absolutely diabolical, and I get that she's like joking, but if the tables turned and Steph was doing the same thing around some cocktail waitress on a podcast, I think that both women and men would think.
Yeah, imagine that. And that's the funny thing about the double standard of things, right? Because they'll do that with the women and people don't see that woman as less than a wife. But let's say in this very podcast, he's talking about basketball and the chick brings out a stripper. Like the dude interviewing brings out a stripper and he over there getting excited and like he start doing like hand gestures where her boobs would be. Imagine how much respect he would lose from everybody. You see how that works? It's crazy.
That shit is pretty wild.
And what's like, imagine he was doing this. Like, you get what I'm saying? And she wouldn't be happy about that either. So it's just crazy to me that people are just so open with disrespect. Like, it's sad and it's crazy.
It's funny how it's always another woman on the show who immediately sees what she's doing as crazy and tries to get her to stop. And during the same interview, she would also go on to put Steph's love for feet on display. Yes, I'm serious.
This is gonna turn into a whole other thing, but my husband really loves my feet.
Oh, I love that.
And so
And see, this is what I was talking about in the last video. It's almost like she's trying to get one up by insulting or humiliating him. And it's a common tactic in relationships. There's countless clips of stuff like this online where you go out with your friends and your lady tries to embarrass you to get the whole group to laugh at you. And it's like, it shows a lack of respect. Now, don't get me wrong. If y'all got that relationship where y'all jokey all the time and y'all clown each other in front of other people, that's different. But like, you start to see patterns here and it's like, we don't need to know that he likes her feet. We don't need to know that.
like the light was hitting him just right that day. And so I was like, let me just snap this photo and send him a picture of my feet. So I always say like when he says.
But I do find it weird because you ever notice like when men make fun of their wives, it's like, oh, she's trying to make me do stuff I don't want to do. It's usually not a dig at the wife themselves. They don't go, well, she's very insecure or she wears so much makeup. I hate it. Like you don't hear men doing that publicly because it's mad disrespectful. And I do find it weird that like I've listened to her, I've listened to Michelle Obama, and they both have like openly disrespected their husband. They called him inadequate in certain ways. It's weird to me. It's really weird.
To send nudes, like that's what he's getting, a picture of my bare feet. I don't know if he's happy about that, but that's okay.
And like I said, there is nothing inherently
I don't know if he's happy about that, but at least y'all get to laugh at him. Even she knew, and this one ain't the greatest either, but even she knew that was that was uncalled for. But again, it's all entertainment, right?
wrong with him beating his meat to feet, but some things are once again better kept private.
All right, girl. Now we know something about him. He like feet, sisters.
And then also remember, he has a clean-cut image. So what if that would have destroyed his image? And who's to say she didn't do that on purpose? Crazy.
He's going to kill me.
And with these latest antics, it's really only gotten worse. As a couple weeks back, Ayesha went on the Call Her Daddy podcast to talk about how she has felt discontent with her life as a mother from time to time, and how it's basically hard to deal with her not being the star of the show.
4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So, I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
And it's fine to look back.
So she says she didn't want kids. Then she says she did it early in life. Then she says you don't know what you want in life, which is true. Oftentimes we say we don't want things or we want things and then we get it. We don't really want it and all this other nonsense. But ain't nobody put a gun to her head. So it's like I never understood why people do things. That's one thing I would say that's a huge difference between men and women. A man could get married to a woman that he don't even like no more, but he'll say, damn, I shouldn't have married her. That's on me. But then it's like a lot of women lately have been doing this weird thing where they were like, I didn't even want kids. I didn't even want to have to work. I didn't want to stay home. It's like, so then why you do it? It's like, and then they talk about they don't have autonomy. It's like you did have autonomy. You had a choice and you chose to do those things. And then you didn't like it, and now you're trying to make it seem like you didn't have a choice. And that's what a lot of our word, quote unquote, victims do, especially when we find out that it's a false allegations. They sleep with somebody, they're unhappy with the result, then they try to say that the man took advantage of them. That's a child's-like mentality that needs to get fixed.
Back in retrospect and acknowledge hard moments, or maybe you question your life path or your decisions, or maybe even your identity, but later she says this is something that still bothers her till this day.
But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like, this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. And I need to get my together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
If I have a career and I'm
Yeah.
not home, like did you experience that?
I still experience
Okay.
that. I still experience.
Call me crazy, but I will never understand women's obsession with trying to be like what the world says men should be. I will never understand it. Their whole self-worth is what they do for a living, which to me is dumb because I've had success in my professional life, but I believe that my self-worth is with my family, not my job. Your job could fire you. Your company can fail. Like, these things can happen. But if I have a happy, healthy, successful relationship with my family, I think that's way more important than any job anyone could have possibly have given me. You get what I'm saying? Instead of acknowledging that as a woman who had the privilege of not having to work, she instead dreams about a life that she didn't have to have, which is crazy because majority women wish they had her life. I wonder if it's just a whole you can't make people happy thing where if you give them what they want, they upset because they don't have what they don't have a different life than they currently have. I think sometimes we're just not content with life regardless of what's going on. Like, some of us are poor and we want to be rich. Some of us are rich and they want to be poor. It's just really stupid.
Experience that. I'm always in.
I'm somewhere in the middle because I'm broke sometimes, but I'm not always broke. And I'm pretty happy. Like, would I like more money? Yeah, because I don't want to have to go to work, none of that sometimes. But it's like, yeah, it's like I don't get people. And it's like, yo, should at least be happy where you are. And like, it's weird to me that even people with privilege, yo, they're just not happy. But you can't really make people happy.
Therapy, talking about this. If you lose all of those things that were interesting about you.
Can you imagine going to therapy about that? Like, yo, I grew up and I thought I was going to have to work. And I had a dream to work, which to me is dumb. But I had a dream to work and get a job. And somebody came along and loved me enough and took care of me so that I didn't have to do what most people struggle with on a day-to-day basis. Nah, let me go talk to a doctor about my depression.
You, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool, then what are you doing?
And the thing to me is, like, she is a very successful person on her own merit. Like, don't get me wrong, being
It's not her own merit, and that's the whole problem. So she's where she is because of this man right here. Let's not make no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This woman wouldn't be known if he didn't exist. If she didn't tie her life to his, we wouldn't know that she exists. She would just be another cog in the system, another person in this world. She would be, as the young folks say, irrelevant. So let's not do that. His success is what bred her success. Without him, even if she's a good cook, she would just be another cook. You know how many cooks there are? Hell, I live in New York. You know how many damn cooks there are in New York? There are thousands, if not millions, of cooks. And I know personally some great cooks, and all they do is cook for the family. So let's not do that.
his wife likely opened most of these doors for her.
There's nothing wrong with acknowledging the fact that you are where you are because of your parents, because of your family, because of your name, because of your spouse. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, when you start thinking you got there on your own without help, that's where you get. Come on now. No. Because nepotism, cronyism, and favoritism are still things.
In these situations, but she also hit home runs with her opportunities, having several very successful restaurants.
How would she open those restaurants without his money? How would she? How would she be known to get put on this beauty magazine or cover if she wasn't known? How? There's plenty of pretty women out there that will never be on that will never grace a magazine, a runway, or anything of the like. It's like, come on now.
Has also been highlighted time and time again on magazines and even having her own TV shows. I'm just saying, it's not like she's some silent woman in the corner only there to appease her husband. Yet she still.
But that's where it goes to show you that this is an internal problem. She has all of that success and she's still unhappy. And it's like, I get it. You didn't do it on your own. Please tell me I'm related to somebody famous and I can springboard off of their success. Please. I'm tired of working hard. This is enough. I am sick of this crap. Like, why am I working so hard? There are people who have things handed to them and they still unhappy. And then you got people who are working hard and they're content with their life and they don't need half as much as what these people have. Like, it is ridiculous.
Comes off as insecure, but then again, she did say that she thought that she would be the
She is highly insecure. She is. And I mean, she got to get that worked out. Maybe that's why she's in therapy.
breadwinner, despite also knowing that Curry was going to be a high draft pick, making massive waves in college when they met.
I didn't know that he was going to end up playing basketball. Like, he said he wanted to be a high school basketball coach. Like, I thought I was going to be like the girl out there getting it. So I didn't know.
I don't know. I just don't really.
And I think that's where the problems lie. I have a friend who, I'll get to that later, but I think the problems lie where she thought she was going to be better than him. And time again, she probably wakes up realizing she has what she has because of him. And I think internally that bothers her a little bit. Or not even a little bit, a lot of it. Because she thought she was going to be able to do what she's currently doing on her own, and she couldn't, and she only does it and has it because of him. I think that's where all of this stems from, because whenever you're trying to fix a problem, you have to find the root. And I think she just gave us the answer. She thought he was going to be a high school, college coach, or whatever she said. I think high school basketball coach. And she was going to be the breadwinner. She was going to be the Michelle Obama who helped Obama get through his political stuff, and now he's more popular than her, because Michelle Obama's doing is essentially what Ayesha Curry's doing. And I think it's a deep-rooted hatred for your husband because he was able to obtain what you thought you were going to. And if that's the case, I worry about the strength of that relationship and how long it's going to last. Like, seriously, I know this is entertainment. We laugh, we joke, we talk about things, we give our opinions, but that's not a good look.
Really understand how someone can come off as so ungrateful after having such a fortunate hand dealt to them in life. Like, she has 1 million times the opportunity that other women have. I'm talking about nannies, endless therapy, countless money, and endless doors of opportunity being open to build an identity away from simply being a wife and mother, which it is very apparent to me that Steph has allowed her to explore. And yet she just comes out to crap on it every couple of years. I mean, to me, we all have a role to play in our life and our various relationships, and I don't know if she needed more dating experience or to get out the mud on her own, but to me, she really just comes off.
I'm still trying to figure out why everybody think you need to be dating and sleeping with everybody to have a fulfilled life. That's such a strange mentality. Like, you don't need that stuff. All you need to do in all sincerity, is tie yourself to someone who actually loves and cares for you. That's it. You don't need to have a bunch of experiences with a bunch of people who want nothing to do with you, who don't care about you, and who just wanted to use you. But yeah, I do believe the second part of what he said, where she thought she was going to do it by herself, and she probably couldn't, and she hates that she needed his help. I think that makes more sense.
As if she had a full ride at Jada's school of
And then getting help from this clown. Ugh.
embarrassing your husband. I mean, you would never catch LeBron's wife on this.
And see, people got to stop doing what he's doing now. You would never catch LeBron's wife doing that. Yeah, you will. Because she started a podcast and she started leaning towards saying some crazy stuff about him. And I think she caught herself. So everybody's capable of this dumb behavior if you're not careful. This is why you gotta treat your relationship like it's a damn job. You constantly got to train and work at it. But I'm going to let him close and then I'm going to give mine.
Shit. Out here taking backstage photos with Drake. Like, she won't even take a picture with a male fan because she knows the narratives that could spark from that. And I want to make it clear, in no way am I saying that women need to, like, sit back and be silent and try and look good, or that they can't have an identity outside of their family or their husband. If anything, I think the exact opposite. I think that those things are very healthy. I'm just saying that it seems like every time she opens her mouth, it's always bad and embarrassing. Like, maybe she just needs to stop doing these interviews. I don't really know what the solution is. But yes, every time she goes viral, it's for something like this. But either way, I do want to know what you guys think about this situation, both men and women. Do you find it to be disrespectful? Do you think she's just, like, telling her story? Either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys,
we don't care if she's just telling her story. That doesn't make it any less disrespectful, does it? Right? So I learned a few things from this video. And it's like, one, we got to stop looking at relationships as if we have to go around a carousel in order to be fulfilled. If you need to do that, I don't think you're ever truly going to be fulfilled. Personally, if you need to sleep with a bunch of people, if you need to date a bunch of people to find happiness years down the line, I think you were sold a terrible doctrine and you believed it. That's number one. Number two, is it capable to be jealous of your spouse's success? The answer is yes. I have a friend. He was with, he has a wife. I remember he was telling me that his wife was upset when he started telling her that he might possibly be getting a promotion, and he couldn't understand why. And I was sorry to break it to him. I said, I think she's jealous of you. She might know her career's not going anywhere. And for some weird reason, a lot of women judge themselves based off their career. Like, they think they're men. Like, we tend to get judged based off our career and productivity. So now they're starting to judge themselves off of their career and productivity. It's a really strange thing going on, but I think it happens a lot. And so I think it's sad, but it happens. And I explained it to him and he's like, you might be right. So, again, it seems like this is what is going on with these women like Ayesha Curry, Michelle Obama. They want the spotlight. They want the highlight. And even the idea that, well, you need to find you someone like, stop doing that. You don't know these people's lives. You don't really know their relationships. We can comment on what we see, yes, but you don't know deep down how these people feel about their spouse. So you wanting a relationship like these celebrities got to be the stupidest thing in the world. Don't believe me? Ask J. Cole and ask why he stopped using the line about Will and Jada in his songs. Because we don't know these people. You want that real love, that dark skinned and Viv love, that Jada and that Will love. Like, that love ain't what you want. Go find your own love. And I'll close it out with this, right? Just not to get all religious on you, but in Proverbs 21 and in 25, it says it's better to live in a corner of a housetop, that means a roof, than to be in a house shared with a quarrelsome wife. And that's why I said I'm worried about the future of their relationship, because if she's truly jealous of this man, if she's truly bitter about his success, that will have a ripple effect. It won't just end there. And you're starting to see it more and more as people are telling their personal business in social media, that people are just leaving fine and healthy relationships to go chase a life that they never had, which is why I'm against just dating a whole bunch of people, because I don't think that's really going to help you. If you learn anything about the brain and how dopamine works, you would understand the more variety you have, the more likely you are to make mistakes. Even if you have options, put your head down, go back in the house, right? That's the best bet for you. If you want a happy household, you have to be happy for the people who are in it. If they succeed, you succeed. If they're able to grant you things, you should be grateful for it. she comes off as ungrateful. She comes off as bitter. And that's not a good thing to have, especially with your spouse. Let me know your thoughts and comments. I'll holla at y'all soon. Thanks for listening to the Center Ground Podcast. We'll be back soon with some more great content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. We are a new channel, and growth is essentially our main objective. So send us an email at centerground.pod@gmail.com with any ideas or clips you would like for us to review. This was definitely fun, and I'd say let's do it again. But before you go, always remember, greatness lives somewhere within you. Just make sure you're taking the time to find the key to unlock that greatness. Until we meet again, I'll see you soon.